My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 25th, 2024. It is 2:30 a.m. Today, or should I say this morning or tonight, I plan on doing at least 3 videos. The first one will be on this channel, APTS Sussex. I'll have about 10 tweets and some articles to share with you. And video number 2, which will be on our port of Pew service, I will have about 6 tweets to share with you. There will be some articles as well, and I will go on Archwell Foundation website. I'm thinking if it's sussex.com or Archwell, but I have it open already. Where is it? This. Okay, that I'll be sharing that. I'll be sharing that with you on my second video, and then I have another video to share with you that will be on PYTE. It has to do more with fashion, talking about Meghan and things like that. So I don't want these tweets to be on APTS Sussex, where I'll be talking about, you know, the left behinders. Okay, so let me grab this link, move this aside, and let's look at some numbers. Feel free to skip whenever I'm showing these numbers. Okay, if you will go through that. Okay, 3,801 subscribers, new subscribers welcome. Analytic, and my estimate revenue 165.46, which is $165.46. Analytic should be almost the same. It went slightly up. Here YouTube tells me the reason there's that plunge that went straight down is because I didn't, you know, post around these times, which most of my videos were being uploaded on our port of Pew service. That was during Invictus 1 year to go. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to that channel, go there, because I have 3 channels and I try to separate them. Like for instance, I just show you I'll be doing 3 videos. Each one of them will be on different channels. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. We're gonna cover the first one. First tweet. Okay, so this we saw. Okay, let's pause. So these we sort of touched bases on them already with Valentine Low, but there are some new captions, more discussion towards it, and I thought I'll share them with you. My last video that I did yesterday, there were some tweets regarding that same video. Okay, so I probably will play it once, depending on how it goes while I'm recording. If the next tweets have that video, I will not play it, unless, depend on how it goes. Okay, unless there's some issues the first time that I played it, if it didn't play well. Okay, so this is the first tweet. Good catch at Candy, or is it Candy B? Resilient. Okay, good catch. There's that. She tagged this person. Shame on Valentine Low. And there's the screenshot. Okay, so that's a quote that he said. Valentine Low. She smiled nicely, answered my question. I knew Harry was in a bad mood that day, so I kept it nice. But while talking to her, which is Meghan, I just got the impression that she was focusing on a point about 12 inches behind the back of my head. She was looking straight through me. Once it was over, she said bye and walked off. Okay, so this is the part that she grabbed from what he said, and she retweeted her whole entire tweet. Okay, it looks like Valentine Low forgot that video evidence is available to disprove his lies about Meghan. She was very gracious, professional, and engaging when he interviewed her. Valentine Low has a very low self-esteem. There's that here. Okay. Okay. I did these already, but I'll share them with you for the sake of this video. Okay, I didn't plan on doing all of that, but for the sake of this video. Alright, let's see here. Okay, it's not playing properly. I can't hear the thing. What's going on?
And it made front pages everywhere. But you wouldn't have known that talking to Meghan. She was absolutely, smiled nicely, answered my questions. I was allowed 2 questions, but of course, like all journalists, you always ask a cheeky third question, see if you can get away with it. It was a deliberately innocuous cheeky third question, because I knew that Harry was in a bad mood that day. There'd been a bit of an altercation between him and a television reporter, so I kept it nice. But she answered my third question.
This is the part here. They said 2 questions, and he threw in a third one as a wild guess,
While talking to her.
And she answered it. But yet, still bad-mouthing her. But let's listen. Continue listening.
I just got the impression that she was focusing on a point about 12 inches behind the back of my head. She was just looking straight through me. And once we over and she said bye and walked off, I convinced if I bumped into her, she wouldn't have known who I was. Mm-hmm. I was just nothing to her.
This is where the professionalism come into play. She's not your friend. She answered your question in a professional manner, and then she moves on, and you should do the same. Sheesh.
It was a very weird experience. She was totally professional, but
there's the part.
No personal engagement whatsoever.
That's a real shame. So we've concentrate on the rules that are here and working. Obviously, I think we...
Okay, focus on the, like he said, focus on the ones that are there. And the thing is that this is the problem the UK have, the royal voters. They feel like they are like part of the family, of the royal family, when you're not. Take it as a professional and do the work and then move on. And this is why they don't like Omid. Omid knows how to be professional. He does his thing and then he move on. Okay, I did a review on that on my last video, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. So one of the squad came up with the interview that he was making reference to. So this is it here.
So we've heard a lot about gender-based violence on this film.
It's very low.
What did it impact you on hearing and discovering firsthand so much about the problem in South Africa? And is it something you will continue to campaign on back in the UK?
Look, it's been very important to me for a long time to focus on women's and girls' rights, and especially their empowerment. So to be able to see this from afar and then now see the work that's being done on the ground, I think what's really key is to focus on the work that needs to be done, but also how much incredible work is being done, and to be able to be here and help support those people who are really actively working to champion the rights of women and girls.
It's now the penultimate day of the tour.
It is.
From your point of view, how's it gone? And do you think that you as a woman of colour can bring something new and interesting to the way the royal family engages with people in countries such as South Africa?
Well, the Commonwealth is a very diverse place, right, with 53 countries, and so being a part of this family and the platform that comes with that is an incredible responsibility that I take really seriously.
Okay, this is something she said in her engagement interview. Okay, she takes these things very seriously, and she had mentioned it in her engagement interview. Let's continue.
Being able to be in Africa and South Africa, it's my first time being in this country, has been really powerful, and Harry has continued on in a couple other countries. We're reuniting today. I can't wait for I miss him so much. I think for us it's just been a really special trip, because you get to see when you're focusing on the causes that are really important to us, you can see the impact is good and it feels meaningful.
Okay, that's another thing she said in her engagement interview. Go to my last video. I'm pretty sure I probably will insert it in this video as well. But my last video, I share those things. Same thoughts.
Talking there, how's it been for you as a family? You've had 4-month-old Archie here.
Yes,
How's it been having Archie with you and also being separated from Harry?
Oh my goodness, well, we're doing well. I think the schedule, they've been very kind to me because everything's based around Archie's feed times. So it's a full plate, but we're making it work. It's worth it. So thank you. Yes, thanks everyone.
My goodness. A very simple interview. She did her thing and then move on. But okay, I'm gonna play it over without me saying anything.
So you've heard a lot about gender-based violence in this film.
Yes.
What has been the impact of you hearing and discovering firsthand so much about the problem in South Africa? And is it something you will continue to campaign on back in the UK?
Look, it's been very important to me for a long time to focus on women's and girls' rights, and especially their empowerment. So to be able to see this from afar and then now see the work that's being done on the ground, I think what's really key is to focus on the work that needs to be done, but also how much incredible work is being done, and to be able to be here and help support those people who are really actively working to champion the rights of women and girls.
It's now the penultimate day of the tour.
It is.
From your point of view, how's it gone? And do you think that you as a woman of colour can bring something new and interesting to the way the royal family engages with people in countries such as South Africa?
Well, the Commonwealth is a very diverse place, right, with 53 countries, and so being a part of this family and the platform that comes with that is an incredible responsibility that I take really seriously. Being able to be in Africa and South Africa, it's my first time being in this country, has been really powerful, and Harry's continued on in a couple other countries. We're reuniting today, therefore I miss him so much. I think for us it's just been a really special trip, because you get to see when you're focusing on the causes that are really important to us, you can see the impact is good and it feels meaningful.
Talking about how's it been for you as a family? You've had 4 months for Archie.
Yes,
How's it
I
been
love that.
having Archie with you and also being separated from Harry?
Oh my goodness, well, we're doing well. I think the schedule, they've been very kind to me because everything's based around Archie's feed times. So it's a full plate, but we're making it work. It's worth it. So thank you. Yes, thanks so much.
Okay. So that's that. Let's listen to this one. This is the altercation that Valentine Low is talking about. Clown. This one is 1 minute and 5 seconds.
We were in Malawi, so it was the final stop of that kind of middle part of the tour, which was just with Prince Harry.
The thing is, Harry can reach out to a new generation on those issues that he says are fundamental to our survival.
And I will admit I was slightly pushing my luck. Doorstepping royals is seen as, in some ways, the ultimate no-no. However, I've done this in the past, I've done it on many occasions before, and no, he doesn't stop and give me a full interview, but he acknowledges me and says hello or whatever. This one played out quite differently.
Prince Harry. Prince Harry, just quickly, that short conversation
Doesn't stop and give me a full interview, but he acknowledges me and says hello or whatever. This one played out quite differently.
Prince Harry. Prince Harry, just quickly, that short conversation, what do you hope to achieve through it? Is that why it's important for you to come here and talk to them?
Most people look at it and think, well, hang on, it was a polite question. Why did it blow up? But looking back on it now, I had basically kicked the wasp's nest and I didn't realise it.
Let me see, there's 16 comment under it. Let me see what they say here. You've got to love Prince Harry. It serves her right. And this is the thing. At the moment, when you realize these things, to acknowledge it and put the stop to it, it's very, I don't know. I guess I'm not used to this. Most likely, I probably will not recognize when these curveballs are being thrown at me. But Harry recognized it the minute she threw it at him. Okay, do not be fooled. She is William's pocket. The royal rats were told to provoke Harry and Meghan, and any way possible to trigger them, so they could use that could overshadow their successful African tour. On the same tour, Valentine Low tried it with Meghan and failed. That's why he bid her to this day. This is sad. This is sad. I don't know. Why is evil, negative thing that's in their head? William doesn't understand. He really doesn't understand his position. All these things, if this is true, whatever I just read, if this is true, all these things that Harry and Meghan were doing were not for Harry and Meghan. It was for the institution. This is the thing that I had in my head when I first started looking into them. I thought when one of them, any royal member of the family, did something, it's a plus for the institution as a whole. But they didn't see it that way. Now, he set Harry to fail and Meghan. Harry and Meghan succeeded, And then he continue, if this is true, okay? I'm going based on that, if this is true. And we sort of have an idea how this sort of operate, knowing what we know now, okay? With the lawsuit, sending people to go against Meghan and all of that. So we, with this in mind, okay? Knowing what we know now, setting Harry to fail, and then they succeeded, make Harry looks good individually now, and the negativity continues. Now it reflected back as a whole for the institution. Now there's Harry, who has nothing to gain from the institution because he's not going to inherit anything. Everything is left for William. So now he left. Now look at the mess that is in the institution now. Okay, whatever happened happens. If he could recover, that's on his own. Good for him. But Harry and Meghan left. Okay, 2019 South Africa tour. Quote, I will always protect my family.
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid. That's just me not wanting a repeat of.
Okay, I have the interview when he said that. All right. The other thing is they like to pull out individual situation instead of looking at the big picture. In 2019, Meghan and Harry, primarily Meghan, had been lambasted by negative press for 3 years. It was relentless, and Buckingham Palace had them gagged. They couldn't respond to any press reports. Yep, me waiting for the altercation. Okay. She ignored Harry's aid twice. She was rude and pushy, and she knows it. That question wasn't polite. She asked him what he expects to achieve from such a short conversation. That's why he said, go ask them. My goodness. It's not the only question that was rude, but the way she went about it. Harry's aide said, Rhiannon, I'm sorry, but put her arm up to guard Harry, and you see Rhiannon push her hand away. Harry saw a whole thing. The fact that she was getting physical contributed to his anger. Yeah, he really tore into her. She probably still has nightmare. Rude and title and nothing polite about her. I love Harry for this. Wow, yeah, really come with receipts. I never knew about this altercation or this reporter giving the interview. Yikes. The rap's nest, that being arrogant enough to speak out of turn and ask a silly question, stung. Okay. There was something that I was gonna say. Oh, and I think he said Harry was there or something like that, but there's only him and Meghan during that interview. Let me go back. Okay, I viewed this already. Alright, he also said Harry was there. Oh, there it is here. In a bad mood. According to this interview, he's gone elsewhere, and he and Meghan are soon reunited. Yeah, that's this here. You always have the receipt. Thank you. Was Meghan supposed to be extra friendly with him after he posted this? Just days before she gave birth to Archie. Unbelievable. What is this here? There's him here. It's that time of the year, you know, when beautiful girl kiss. You could read this. Let me move on to the next one. It's making reference to him again. Valentine Low. He's just a baggage forgot. That's all I know. Okay, next tweet. Alright, let's pause. Okay. It's safe to surmise that Valentine Low suffers from intense inferiority complex, which I must add seems to be a major requirement for employment in the niche market of UK's royal reporting. Okay, that's the same interview, so I'm not gonna play it again. Okay, seems like he was expecting an invitation to tea. It seems like. You know what? Let's play it again. I'll try not to say anything.
Attacking the press, particularly the tabloid press, and it made front pages everywhere. But you wouldn't have known that talking to Meghan. She was absolutely, smiled nicely, answered my questions. I was allowed 2 questions, but of course, like all journalists, you always ask a cheeky third question, see if you can get away with it. It was a deliberately innocuous cheeky third question, because I knew that Harry was in a bad mood that day. There'd been a bit of an altercation between him and a television reporter, so I kept it nice. But she answered my third question. But while talking to her, I just got the impression that she was focusing on a point about 12 inches behind the back of my head. She was just looking straight through me. And once we over and she said bye and walked off. I convinced if I bumped into her, she wouldn't have known who I was. I was just nothing to her. It was a very weird experience. She was totally professional, but no personal engagement whatsoever.
That's a real shame. So we concentrate on the rules that are here and working. Also, I think we think.
Yeah, focus on the rules that are there. Alright. Fancy that. These people are just so ridiculous. He also suffers from a lying tongue. He felt she did not grovel nor recognize his superiority. Alright, that's an ad. Let's move on. Next tweet. I want to do the other videos. Okay, so there's that interview again. I'm not gonna play it, but let's just read the caption and the comments. Valentine Low said that Meghan didn't acknowledge him. He made it sound like she was a diva. But there's a video and she's being sweet and poor, meaning professional. Now think about all the lies the UK media people tell you on the daily about Meghan. They're all liars. Okay, so that's the interview. I played it already. To think Meghan's very lovely interaction with Flo was after he called Harry a frog and Archie a frog. Oh, wow, that's the thing I skipped. I didn't bother reading it. A frog spawn, disgusting. Meghan must not have known about Low's horrible tweet regarding Archie hours after his birth. To think she's smiling answer him when he inquired about Archie. That's sad. To think about that. Starting a reply with "look" is snarky. Alright, that's an ad. Alright, let's read what's there and then that's it. Sad little man, Valentine Low, out. He has Piers Morgan syndrome, meaning Meghan didn't fawn all over him and treated him like any other reporter. Liars and deeply entitled and narcissistic lot. Imagine someone else whining about not being acknowledged. They'll attack the person endlessly. Where are the videos if Kate doing this interview while on tour? Can we dissect those next, please? They're such liars. He actually said that during the interview, she was very professional, but as soon as it was over, everything just shut down. He felt she wouldn't even recognize him at a later meeting. That's it. Meghan is used to this. Okay? I mean, what was she supposed to do after that? With him? What was he expecting? Alright, so this is the same thing again. That's a retweet of what I went over, but I'm gonna I put it twice. Okay, so that's the same thing. Oh, what is this? Alright. Okay, so I just add this to my second video, but let's go to the next tweet, which I had put twice. Okay, so there's this here. The derangers have done this. Not only were they acting like drunk women at a Tom Jones concert every time they saw his photo, they started trolling his partner. They even accused her of doing a pap walk. Major Johnny clearly felt that he couldn't do his job because of them. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. So there he is here in regular outfit. Okay, since when does the King's Equerry get papped? Seems to me there was some jealousy with how much attention someone was receiving, and like a cat has to piss all over it to mark its territory. It was also reported Johnny was married with children. Okay, so what's the problem then? Okay, this one I cannot see. Oh, I get it. We all thought he was still with his wife, so the new girlfriend, who is NPR, decided to do a pap walk so we can see she is his girlfriend. What? How do they know all this stuff? Okay, I'm requesting a calendar post. Your best Major Johnny pick. Please show your... What the hell? This guy was doing his job. Okay, he doesn't look happy. There is no anger like that of a woman's scorn. Maybe Colonel Johnny was dating more than one other woman. Oh my goodness. Okay, why do... I thought that was something else. Okay, King Charles' handsome aide, Major Johnny, is moving to a less public-facing role celebrity. I shared this on my last video. This tweet here, the one that she's retweeting here. Okay, I'm sure that the rest of the royal family, particularly William and Kate, feel exactly the same about their so-called fans. They don't have the option of not being on display. I've got no sympathy. They could have spoken out against the trolls a long time ago with what they saw. Okay, so what is going on here? I'm confused. Even though I'm sharing this, I'm confused. Is it because he's being, I don't know, they're talking about them? I know one of the tweets that I shared on my last video was that he's overshadowing Charles. And I remember writing a comment saying that till the day he die, I didn't say it like that, I used different terms, Charles will never get the publicity that he wants because he will always be overshadowed. Okay, laughing my ass off. I'm not saying he's ugly, just I don't get it. The last thing that is, all those bored and heat, speaking of cats. Okay, don't forget, we are talking about people that lost over William. They have recently started calling him William. What the? You know what? Let me leave this. Oh, so there's my comment here. Since the new narrative and new entertainment for the Satan on Salty Island, that's when. Okay, so what I was responding to that. Major Johnny. Okay, you know what? Let me leave this alone. I even forgot my comment. I was making reference in terms of overshadowing. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Next one. There's that here. This is making reference to Charles. All of a sudden, he's not wearing his glasses. Okay, at least his eyes have improved. Photo app. Alright, so this is something he just received. I guess he's reading Get Well Soon kind of thing. So he's not wearing his glasses, but there he is here wearing his glasses. Aha, good catch. He's reading the wrong side too. Okay. I don't know anything about that. That's because he's not wearing his specs. Gotcha. Alright, that's an ad. His fingers though. His fingers. Okay, let me move on. I was focusing on the glasses. He's reading but without the glasses. Next one. I have 3 more tweets. Oh my god, this is long. I didn't expect that. Okay, what is this about? Returning back. Disturbing Prince Harry's piece. Royal Fiction. Kate Manzi. Who is that? Assistant editor of the Time. Okay, so there's her profile here. On the Time podcast, claiming that anonymous people who know Harry told her he's desperate to come back to do royal duties for the welfare royal family. 1. Harry was suing this journalist, and any real friend of his wouldn't speak to her, but people that know Harry who are not necessarily friends of his include family who have a history of briefing falsehood against him to create a narrative. For God's sake, Prince William and Camilla know Harry, and we know from what Harry has said they are partial to briefing untrue things about him. 2. Harry has said he's found peace and happiness in his new life away from the institution. Everything he said publicly is to the tune of him not wanting to disturb that by returning, and that his home is now elsewhere in California. How much more does Prince Harry have to say before these agents of misinformation and propaganda stop writing or saying their royal friend fictions? I think it's quite embarrassing that these correspondents feel so rejected by Harry and upset at him being happy out of their control or access that to feed their delusion or deepest desire, they just make up what they would love to be a reality. Okay, this I need to pause it so I don't get flagged for it. Interesting that there is always this need to present the welfare royal family as the all-powerful mean institution that instead of rejecting him, but also one that a victim turned survivor like Harry and Meghan still hold in such high regard that they actually want to return back to, meaning giving up their greener grass just to get another dose of more institutional abuse, gaslighting, and messed up mental health. Okay, credit, there's this person here for the video. Alright, this one is a minute. Just go to Netflix and watch, I believe it was their final episode. They have this, okay? I don't want to get flagged for it because it's going to give me work to play it. Alright, let's read some of the comments here. Harry said he was happy in the US. He said he couldn't come back to live in the UK if the media continues to act how it does. He doesn't have a house, security. The palace didn't like Harry and Meghan overshadowing and made their life hell for it. Family is broken and some won't apologize for what was said or done. They were reporting what was rumor King Charles and his people spread to kick Lazy Willie into action instead of sitting at King Charles on some source. There's that. It works a little because he didn't show up at the BAFTA and made the Gaza comment. I'm sure he's regretfully as none of the outgoing went well. I mean, I don't know when he's gonna learn. The nonsense they keep on spewing, it's like they're setting themselves up for devastation. Alright? They know what Harry have said himself from his own mouth, but they can't accept his decision, so insert themselves into his life as if they have some access to insert their opinion of what they want to happen as facts. It's why they blame Meghan for him leaving instead of what they did. That's the thing too. I'm laughing here about the opinion because my entire videos all have my opinion in it too. Okay? The nasty British media keeps pushing made-up stories and telling lies. One of the reasons is because they are desperate for engagement from Harry and Meghan. They should know by now if they keep going, okay, if they keep going down this path, it will backfire on them and the, royal, I don't know what the I stand for, and royal family. Also, be careful what you wish for. Okay, yeah. Actually, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking the thing that they're trying to do to push Harry in the US to about his immigration and all of that, going to court, this might backfire. I see a way it might get, when they start saying, because they're using the drug thing about Harry for the US to send him back. So if Harry starts saying who was providing him with the illegal drugs while he was in the UK, they better be careful. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, this is what came to mind as I read this part here. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, like he even said he will stop by and see his dad every time he visit the UK. Also, he even said he will help out if they apologize. I mean, heck, it's them that shove him out, and he even love his homeland.
The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change.
But thanks to the press and his own brother and dad, nope. Okay, I truly believe that the royal rats have weekly meeting to discuss which direction to take the narrative, and I believe this. I agree with that. Because it's like every day I'm seeing something out of nowhere coming from the UK. I'm like, where did this come from? How did they come with that mess? Yeah, I agree with this. But it's all just them jabbing among themselves. A royal row is just them saying there is a row, having created a false narrative such a said existence. And this is the thing that Bojo's sister was saying about the media in the UK. Alright, they want entertainment, they want this, they want that. So they're creating it and people are buying it. Good job with the video and the analysis. Love that it is in Harry's own words. Wonderful job on the video. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. I have two more after this. Okay, so this is another mess that I saw coming. This is why I want to keep the mess on this channel. Okay, gossip. This Roger Federer lookalike was the Queen's Equerry right up to her death in September 2022. An Equerry is basically a personal servant in a royal household. Now it is said this same man, Lieutenant Colonel White, has been appointed as Kate Middleton's private secretary. He does look like Roger Federer. Okay, Vanity Fair, España. Is it in España? Yeah, Kate Middleton, there's that here. One thing, you know what, let me not bring it here. Okay, I cannot see this, and this is her response to it. Pin it all on him. He seemed to be floated staff for people in hospice care. Sus. Yes, indeed. Suspect that is. Princess Anne had an affair with and married her mother's Equerry. What? Mother's Equerry. Okay, I'll go into that. What does this say? Why does a woman who does no work need a private secretary? As ninth in line to the British throne, I can ask this question. HRH, Princess Senki. Let me go into that. Princess Anne had an affair with and married her mother's Equerry. Is that the husband now? Okay, this is someone that I blocked. What did she say here? That was Tim. Yep. Okay, Liz had a whole dating service going. Princess Margaret, Queen Elizabeth II's sister, had an affair with her father's Equerry, Peter Towson. Peter later became Queen Elizabeth II Equerry for only a year before he was banished to Belgium. Later, Margaret had to have public statement read out on air that her relationship was over. Yeah, I'm telling you, these people, when only Harry stood by. I think, from my understanding, I could be wrong, they gave Margaret the option to go with that Townsend, but they will not support her. And she decided to stay in the gilded cage to be supported, so, the misery that she had, I guess, I don't know. Next tweet. Just stumbled on this save headline from January 2020. Funny how everyone is now claiming they never offered back the title. Meanwhile, it was the key point that confirmed his family leaking. Okay, so I quickly tried to bookmark it, but they already not bookmark it, archive it. Okay, I'm gonna read that article because this is a screenshot only. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle mulling Canada move, giving up royal titles. That was back January 8, 2020. I remember the docu-series come years later. What, 2 years later, I think? Okay. Let's go to the, I have it open. There it is here. Oh, is that one guy? No, that's not it. It's this one. Page 6. Okay. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle mulling Canada move, giving up royal titles. Okay. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are considering a more permanent move to Canada and have not ruled out walking away from their British royal titles, according to a stunning new report Wednesday, back in 2020. But this is where the leaking was coming. And then Harry confirmed that in the docu-series. That's when we first hear it from Harry's mouth. The pair treated their recent 6-week day in Canada over the holiday as a trial, according to The Sun, with friends saying it went so well they plan to spend an increasing amount of time there. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex see themselves as being on a different and unique path and will discuss their future with senior royals, including Queen Elizabeth II and Harry's father, heir to the throne, Prince Charles, in the coming days, The Sun said. My goodness. That could even include the possibility of walking away from their HRH title. Okay, why is this thing coming? Okay, HRH title, source told the paper, of their royal position. It will start with the couple what the hell is wrong with all of this? How do I turn it off? Alright, let me figure this out. Phew, it took me a while to figure it out, to close that. Okay, that could even include the possibility of walking away from their HRH titles, the source told the paper, of their royal position. It will start with the couple spending more time in Canada, where the Duchess lived while filming the TV show Suit before meeting her prince. Quote, it is true that Harry and Meghan will spend a fair amount of time in Canada over the next couple of months and possibly going forward too, a friend told us. My goodness, they were telling everything. Wow. A friend told The Sun, right now they are starting talks with their family about their plans for the future. It is clear they are on a different and unique path, and they are very much thinking about what the future looks like for them. If this is not an invasion of privacy, I don't know what is. They literally was saying everything. It's because they know they forced them to shut their mouth, to not say anything about, to not confront the tabloid. This is very sad reading this, knowing what I know now after the docu-series. They literally was telling them everything. Meaning that they, the royal family, whoever the leaker within the family, was telling the paper everything that Harry was trying to do. And then, at the same time, undermine Harry, remove his security, do all of that to leave him bare so they could do whatever, leaking the location and all of that. That's what went to mind. I mean, these people cannot be trusted. If they could do that to the family, this is the way they play their games. I'm pretty sure if they could do that to a family member, imagine what they do to other, not just the royal family, but politicians in the UK, the way they roll, the way they do deals and all of that. They undermine the people they make deals with. This is not looking good. Oh, my Lord. And I'm pretty sure when it comes to politics, both sides usually do their things, but this playing out like that, no wonder why they're so upset, because Harry speak up. But they shouldn't, the royal family should not have done any of these. And this is the problem that Harry has with them. The royal family do not want to acknowledge what they did is wrong. What I'm reading right now, which was back in 2020, it should not have happened. While they're pushing Harry, making his life a living hell, and then they're telling the tabloid, and then Harry's trying to find his way, outside the institution, and then they undermine that as well. I mean, this is pure savage and evil. All right, so let's get back to the original recording. A source, there's the thing here. My goodness. The source insisted that could include being based in Canada or the possibility of walking away from their HRH title, although hopefully it will not come to that. Saying they had a tough year, the friend insists everything is on the table. This is where they spend so much time discussing things, but the institution already had a plan what they wanted for them. Journalist Tom Bradby, a close friend who filmed the pair in a documentary last year, told Good Morning Britain Wednesday that it was, quote, no big secret they've been considering their option in the future, end quote. I don't know, and I'm not sure they know what their future is gonna be and what their position is, he said. I don't think it's a done deal. There's a lot of talking to be done. There's a million possibilities. A spokesperson for Harry and Meghan declined to comment to The Sun. A spokesperson for Buckingham Palace told Mail Online that they will not comment on the speculation. Yeah, this is the thing where Harry was saying everything wow.
Criticisms that you've received is that, well, okay, fine, you want to move to California, you want to step back from the institutional role, why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. The family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold...
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private, being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story, and then at the bottom of it they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayed.
They leaked it. Harry said this confirmed for him leaks about their plan came from his family and their aides, because only a few people knew they offered to return their title. Exactly. Even that sack of Woodrat was bragging about it when he was bragging about giving them 2 weeks to respond before he dropped his article. Wow. This is crazy. Okay, then had a meltdown when they disclosed it themselves. It makes me wonder if the palace promised him an exclusive interview or further exclusive detail, thinking Harry and Meghan will never release their own statement. Okay, so there's me putting the link here. Like an hour ago. Some friend and presumed the source was the usual one. Okay, only Harry and Meghan know why. When they will return to being prince and princess by giving up the duke and duchess title. They don't need to do anything. Did this person just read what they said here, and did he listen to what Harry said? They wanted to return the title. They refused. My goodness. There's a response to it. They have no reason to hand it back. That's their name and their right to use. Back then they offered it back in hope of getting away from the press and the firm, and said no. Ironically, it was primarily for their security, which Chuck ended up taking anyway. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so this is an ad. Let me go to the next one, and this is my last tweet. My goodness, did this person read the thing? My God, give it away, give it away. Harry said he was willing to give it away, but they refused. Alright, this one I'm gonna black some part of it because I do not wanna promote this book. I'll just leave the picture. This is a book of Chuck. Okay, but it's a problem when Harry and Meghan do it. Alright, let me pause and move it back. I had to pause it because sometimes when I'm editing it's too much work. Alright, it was a book. So what the tweet was making reference of is that there's a book about Charles, and now when Harry and Meghan do their own thing, it's a problem. Okay, that was the main reason why she tweeted it, and that's why I share it with you. I think these are worse. It's indoctrinate and cashing on his title. So there's all of that too. Alright, pause and move. Okay, yep, only then. That's an ad. Alright, they're not even doing all that. I mean, the man used his grandmother-in-law's jubilee to sell CBD in the middle of the celebration. They all make money off of being in the family. Jubilee flash sale. Okay, what is that? Okay, sauce for queen launching a royal brown sauce to rival HP $6.99. Hermage and Game of Bone. What the hell? Queen launches range of dog biscuit flavored with royal venison. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's the hypocrisy. Okay, they're making sell thing. It's fine. I'm all for this. But when Harry and Meghan trying to do their own thing, it's all of a sudden is a big deal. Okay, there's this as well. Let me move on. Okay, there's no prayer. When I talk about this bunch, there's no prayer. The prayer for them is baggage for God. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And I plan to relaunch my shop, you know, with some new t-shirt design and whatnot. Okay, I'm still working on it, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.